Welcome to the Yokai world. Oni, Kappa, Tengu. They are well known as Yokai in Japan. Yokai can be broadly classified into three types: vengeful spirits, supernatural beings and yokai, and mischievous goblins responsible for natural phenomena. At the beginning, let me tell about vengeful spirits. Many people were executed for crimes they were innocent of in the samurai era. Depending on the execution site, it is said that 30% to 40% of the people were innocent. Executions were carried out in highly visible locations, such as entrances to large towns. Many people must have seen the tragedy. At that time, swords were often used for murder. Therefore, it is not hard to imagine that the gruesome murder scene must have been seared into people's eyes. It was something like PTSD. They started seeing things that were not there. It's called Yurei. People believe that Yurei holds a strong grudge against the perpetrator and the place where the person was murdered. It is believed to bring disaster to the surrounding land and people as revenge. This statue has a typical shape that represents the characteristics of a Yurei, a sad expression with no legs, limp wrists. At the scene of a horrific crime, memorial towers are sometimes built to appease the Yurei. It has the meaning of a wandering soul unable to attain Buddhahood due to anger. Natural phenomena that were feared were also considered to be the work of gods and yokai. Tengu have a red face and long noses, and is dressed as a mountain priest. It has been widely spread throughout Japan through children's picture books and folklore. 100% of Japanese people know what Tengu looks like. Emoji is there as well. Tengu is one of the many mountain gods. Akashita is a god of water. Raijin is a god of thunder. Fujin is a god of wind. In this way, there are also monsters that are between gods and yokai. Lastly, let me introduce yokai that appeared from the purpose of a lesson or from a trivial mysterious phenomenon. 7 mysteries in Honjo. A strange phenomenon that spread around present-day Yugoku, Kenshijo, and Kamado in Tokyo. It has 7 stories and also incorporated into traditional performing arts such as rakugo. The most famous of the 7 stories is called Otekbori. People caught a lot of fish in a pond between Kenshicho and Kamado. When about to go home at dusk, a voice from the pond could be heard saying Otek. Otek means leave it there. When they got home, the fish were gone. Futakuchi Ona means 2 mouths lady. A slim lady ate a lot because she had 2 mouths. Amakiri means net cutter. While people are sleeping, Amakiri cuts mosquito nets at midnight. Ayakashi makes fishing boats sink. Jinmenju means human-faced tree. Jinmenju makes fruits which have human faces on their branch. Tofu kazu means tofu boy. Tofu kazu leaves tofu in front of people's gate. Kametachi means weasel which has kama. Kametachi appears with whirlwinds and cuts or scratches people's skin. Mokumokuran is when many eyes appear on shuji windows. It's a typical optical illusion. Yamabiko means echo. When we shout in the mountain, we can hear the echo. People thought it's because Yamabiko copies us. Yanari means making noise in the house. People thought that the sound of the wood clacking is because of small goblins. Nu is a monster which has a monkey's head, tiger feet, and a snake's tail. Otoroshi is living on the torii gate at the shrine. If someone who plays a trick on a shrine goes through the torii gate, it will fall from above. Suddenly feel a chill even though you are not feeling sick or cold. That's because of a yokai called Buruburu. Yuen, hiding behind the wall, and when people pass by the wall, Yuen shout at people very loud. Tenju Sagari means hanging from ceiling. A yokai that suddenly appears from the ceiling and disappears in the middle of the night. Door taboo. Parent who left a field to their son and die, upon seeing their son squandering it without planting the field, turned into door taboo and demanded the return of the field. Sakabashira means opposite pillar. If you turn a pillar upside down, spirits will bring disaster to your home. Hitetsu Nyudu means one-eyed giant. Traditions remain throughout Japan. Shirunari. It is said that if you leave a used hand towel hanging on a drying pole unattended, it will transform into a yokai called Shirunari, emitting a foul odor. I guess the process of something turning moldy was not understood or easy to explain back then, so it was turned into a yokai. Yukiona means snow lady. Yukiona makes people get lost in heavy snowing weather and blows cold breath and freezes people. Fukeshi Baba means blowing old hag. Fukeshi Baba blows out the lantern when people light it. Ganbari Nyudu means effort giant. The last day of a year, at 2 o'clock, if you say Ganbari Nyudu Hadoto Jesu 3 times in the toilet, sometimes he appears and sometimes doesn't. Even I don't know what I'm talking about, it's just written so. Ganbari Nyudu is peeping you from outside of the toilet while you are showing your effort. Blows on you and throws a huge bird in the toilet. Abura Akago means old baby. Abura Akago licks the all from lanterns at night. Tenwunami means ceiling liquor. The stains on the ceiling are said to be caused by the Tenji name, licking the ceiling during the quiet nights when people are asleep. Akanami means bath grime liquor. If you leave bathroom grime unattended, it will appear in a creepy manner and licks it off. Himamushi Nyudu. He is living under the floor, and while people are working at night, he licks the light off. The bell that tells the time can be heard from an old temple where no one lives because Nadarbu rings the bell. Nadarbu is said to be the ghost of a monk who abandoned the temple due to lack of donations. If you hear a baby crying from the direction of the river at night, it's probably the Kawa Akago's doing. Kawa Akago drag people who are close to them into the river.
Japan Beat provides information about Japan that is not well known.